Do you ever catch yourself saying yes when your whole body screams no? Like you know you don't want to do that thing, but you still say yes to it. That was me for years. I was tired, I was angry, I was resentful, but somehow I still always showed up and I said yes. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I stopped people pleasing and how I was able to overcome it and become the person that I am today. Hey guys, welcome back to Shades of Chantel. You know how we do it, guys. So we talk about love, personal growth, finance on this channel. Today we're going to be shining the spotlight on people pleasing. People pleasing sometimes looks like kindness. It comes off like kindness as kindness, but really it is fear. It can be your fear of rejection, your fear of acceptance, your fear of being judged, your fear of disappointing others. So psychologists say that people pleasing often starts from childhood. So say you grew up in a home where approval was earned. Say you had to get good grades, you had to be helpful, you had to stay quiet. It could start from there. And if you know anything about being Nigerian, you know that this sounds very familiar, in the homes. But the sad thing about people pleasing is that even though, yes, it often starts from childhood, many times it follows you into adulthood. So now those traits or those things that you did to seek approval, whatever it may have been, you take it into your job space, you take it into your friendship groups, like it just follows you. The pattern continues. And so now you're prioritizing people's needs over your own peace. For me, people pleasing look like saying yes when I really wanted to say no. It looked like me, giving favors that I didn't really want to, giving when I didn't really want to, abandoning myself. It just looked like me always being present, even maybe going out when I just wanted to rest, saying sorry when there was really nothing to be sorry about. Like I didn't do anything. Like they wronged me, but I'm saying sorry. So it can look like that. And really, I thought I was being helpful, but all it was me abandoning myself for the purpose of others. If you can relate with this, please just type a yes in the comments. Just type a yes. I can relate to this in the comment section. But here lies the hard truth. People pleasing doesn't create harmony. Matter of fact, it creates fake harmony. And you'll be wondering, like, how? Just take yourself back to every single time you've people pleased in your life, in your past. You're always so happy outside, you're smiling, but inside your heart, you are angry. Like you can literally punch somebody, you would. That's the power of people pleasing. And obviously, you get tired, you get drained, it leads to burnout. In your job, if you're people pleasing at your job, you're going to be burnt out really quickly. It leads to anxiety, it leads to fear, it leads to depression. Even psychologists say that people please are prone to depression related illnesses. So you have high blood pressure, you're hypertensive, all this drama just on the table of people pleasing. Do you see the power of people pleasing, guys? Like it's crazy. It is mind blowing. My turning point was realizing that no matter how much I people pleased, it would never have been enough. Like even if I literally cut my hand and said, "Okay, this is all the blood in my body. Everybody should take it will still literally not be enough." And I had to ask myself, like I sat down and I had to ask myself, like, why am I so scared of disappointing others? And I had just one answer. It was because I realized that I didn't believe that I was enough as I am. It was a hidden fear inside of me that, okay, like I am not enough for myself. Like I needed the approval of other people around me. And that's not true. So I started to do some changes in my life. The first thing I know I did, I started practicing saying no in the small things. So when people would be like, "Oh, can you go out? Or can you do this thing for me?" Even though I knew I was like exhausted before, I'll be like, "Oh, yes." I started to say no. And one thing I realized was that when you tell people no, nobody will shout at you, nobody will beat you. The most they will do is adjust. They will adjust to your answer. And you know the funny thing is that that's the same way I've been adjusting to the nose of other people. But I don't know why it never hit me that people will also get to adjust to my own nose. So that's the first thing I did. I started to say no to the small things. So practice saying no to the small things, whatever it may be that you feel like you can start from. Say no to it. Trust me, nobody will flog you. You'll be all right. A day too, they'll be fine. The second thing I started to do was I stopped having to over-explain myself. You know how something would happen and somebody would ask for a favor or something, and because you can't be present, you feel like you have to cook up a long, like 5 points essay to tell them this is why I can make it. Darling, you don't have to do all that. Let your no be your no. You don't have to over explain yourself and tell them this is why, this is why, this is why. Sometimes I had even gone as far as even lying. I'm never going to front with you. Like, I'll have to cook up a lie just to make it seem believable that this is why my no had to be my no. And really, you don't have to do all that. You don't really have to do all that. Let your no be your no. Chicken. The third thing I had to do was I had to redefine kindness to myself. And I had to understand that being kind doesn't mean being a doormat. True kindness includes honesty and boundaries together. The fourth thing I did was I had to reevaluate my self-worth. This was a really huge one for me, guys. Like, I had to really sit down and really work on my self-worth. I had to remind myself daily that my value isn't based on how helpful or kind I am to others. I am enough just as I am. Trust me, guys, when I started living this way, everything changed. My relationships with people changed. It definitely improved. The people that were around me because of I overgave myself, they slowly faded away. And then the ones that remained, I was sure that they were there because obviously they love me. They love who I am as I am. And I was enough for them. I also got to find more peace. Like, I felt like I didn't have to overcompensate. I didn't have to overstretch myself. I didn't have to always prove a point to somebody. I finally had the energy to focus on the things that matter. And for the first time in years, I didn't feel like I was living a double life. Yes, that was for me everything. So if you're watching this video today, I want you to know that people pleasing is not the answer. Saying no doesn't make you unkind. Rather, saying no makes you honest. You don't have to shrink yourself to be loved. The right people would love you. The right people will respect your boundaries. They would love your honesty. And you see those wrong ones, they can go away. They're not your crowd anyways. So if you've been people pleasing, I want you to stop people pleasing. It is time to start self-respecting. So guys, if this video today resonated with you, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Make sure you also say something to me in the comments. Tell me what you liked about the video. And I really hope that it can change your view on people pleasing and it can help you to live your life authentically. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.